Max was so happy to come back to CSSSA because he is one of our alumni. So let's give it out to Max and to CSSSA. Max was here in 2005, exactly where you're sitting. How was the CSSSA experience for you? What it meant?
I loved it here. I have such fond memories of being here. I remember I came with two friends from LA, and they were both in music. One was a drummer, one was a guitarist, and we just had such a blast meeting people from all over. When you're both doing something for the first time again and learning a new instrument, everyone's on a level playing field. So I think it removed competition in that way, and it was just such a great vibe. The teachers were fantastic. I remember we had these two jazz teachers, and they just loved music. It was really about passion, and it wasn't about industry. I don't even remember at all thinking about industry or career when I was there. It was just about being a kid and just falling in love with your craft and music or filmmaking and just enjoying it. All musicians, artists, filmmakers should have multiple skills. Of course, writing and directing and listening to music and writing music and practicing your instrument are the most important. But that should be supplemented with engineering, math, science, and other topics, not just as a backup for whatever you do, but because it enriches your life and it makes you a more well-rounded person, and it'll change your perspective on music if you are also excelling in math, because I personally think they're both extremely related. And what I do all day is I write music within a time frame, so I'm doing math all day basically. So just to have multiple skills and multiple outlooks is just going to make everything about life better. Well, everything we do as a creative in the film space, it's all collaboration. Almost nothing is solo. An actor works with a director works with a costume designer, film composer works with a violinist. It's all connected. So you'd better get good at collaborating really quickly, because if you're not, then people won't want to work with you and they won't be rooting for you. So being kind and humble are super important, and I'm big on manners, and I'm really a firm believer in that if you work hard and respect people, then something will work out for you. I wouldn't say embarrassing, but more memorable, where I was playing a Chopin piece for a recital, and I've been practicing it, and I remember at one of the section changes, it was a 3 to 5 minute piece, so let's just say at 3 minutes, I paused, and I kind of forgot where I was. I spoke to my friends, and they confirmed it was only a few seconds. I resumed playing the piece, and that was a scary few seconds, because I thought, oh my God, did I just forget the rest of the piece? But really, it was a short memory lapse, and I continued. And it was a good lesson in that these sorts of things will happen. It's not a matter of if, they will happen. So it's really a matter of how you respond to them and how you work through those moments of fear and just stumbling for a second. With social media, kids are more isolated than they've ever been. But to come to a place like CSSSA and meet other kids who are happy and also on their creative journey and who want to hang and want to have fun, that's the best. And that teaches kids that's what it's all about, is forming new relationships. And because that's the best place to learn, is at a place like this where it's a community. And it doesn't get better than this. And I hope that these kids will come to have that in college. And then they'll come to foster that when they're making films, and then when they're forming new relationships after college. So really, why not start doing that as soon as possible in kind of this artist commune place? It's so fun. I think CSSSA is so important because for a young person, it might be the first place where they can really express how much they love music or film, and people will say, yeah, me too. Not everybody gets to have that, maybe ever, where someone can just express how passionate they are, and then they can have people to talk about it with and form new relationships. And we need places like this, and kids really need places like this. And I'm so glad I got to enjoy it.